Alright, guys, so welcome to part two of the frequently asked questions for international travelers. Okay, so there are too many questions. You guys sent in too many questions, and like I said in the last video, I didn't want to squeeze all those questions into one video. It was going to be too long, so I had to divide the video into two parts. So this is part two. Okay, so I want you guys to stay locked in, and I'm going to continue from where I left off in the last video. Okay.
You know the way I do it when I drop lyrical. Anytime I spit lyrical, philosophical. All the niggas mimical, but this fair still on taking literal. Punchlines collateral. Maximum damage.
Now, the next one is, do I need a real pass to travel in Europe? This is a very important question, but it also depends on you, okay? If you want to travel to different countries, say for example, you are a stoner, okay? I'm not stereotyping anybody, okay? I'm not stereotyping anybody. I'm just giving an illustration, okay? If you are a stoner is someone who likes to get high. And most people that like to get high usually like to travel to the Netherlands because they have freer laws as regards to the smoking of marijuana and whatever kind of drug you like to get on with. And you want to travel to just this one country. I don't think you need a day-long pass or a week-long pass. Obviously, you need a pass to get on the railway line to get to the Netherlands. But if you're traveling, say you're traveling to the Netherlands, from the Netherlands you're going to Sweden, from Sweden you're going to Switzerland, from Switzerland you're going to Germany. Oh boy, you just go everywhere as a Galivan. The free spirit just be your body. You might need a railway pass for this, okay? If not, you could just do pay as you go. When you want to go from this stop to this stop, you pay and you get your card and you move on, okay? So it just depends on you. Now, the next one is, I am interested in backpacking around to different places for several weeks. How much should I pack? Okay. Just like the last question, it depends on you. But it's worth noting, or it's worth mentioning, that if you are backpacking around Europe, you want to pack light, okay? Because backpacking means you're going to be walking around a lot. Obviously, you might take cabs and some, but usually you are going to be on foot walking. So you want to pack light, your blanket and your essentials and stuff that you will need, your flashlight, your phone, and stuff. So you don't want to pack too much stuff that's going to weigh you down. And when you get to a point of emergency and you want to just take flight or run for your life, you have all this stuff. Oh my God, what am I going to do? You don't want that in your life, okay? So you might want to think about packing light and just live your life one day at a time, okay? Now, the next one is, I would rather not plan my entire trip. Can I just show up in a new city and expect to find a place to sleep? Okay. Now, this is a very, very good question. Okay. I'll tell you why this is a very good question. When I was traveling to England, I made the mistake of buying literally everything from Nigeria. Big mistake, because I wasted a lot of money buying stuff that I didn't need. Some of the stuff I bought were undersized. I'm a big boy, I'm a big geezer, and some of the stuff I bought were undersized. They didn't fit me at all. Like, I bought singlets, and singlets are underpants that you wear underneath before you wear your t-shirt. I'm sure you all know what singlets are. So I bought singlets that were undersized that just didn't even work for me. I remember some singlets were so undersized that I had to give them to my son many years later. So if you're traveling to a new country or a new city in a new country, it's not advisable for you to buy all your stuff from your home country. It's gonna save you time, it's gonna save you effort, it's gonna save you space. Because at the airport, there's a limit to the baggage you're allowed to carry. And if you go above the weight limit, you have to pay for the extra weight that you're carrying. So it's just not important at all. You could actually just take the essentials, travel to the new country or to your new target country or new target city and buy your stuff from there. I think they're pound stores or penny stores in those new countries that you can buy them even cheaper than your home country. Now, about where you expect whether you expect to find a place to sleep, I usually do not advise people to travel to a new city or a new country if they don't know where they're going to rest their head in. It doesn't make any sense. In my opinion, sense no did, yeah. In my opinion, it doesn't make any sense at all when you travel to a new country and you don't even know where you're going to rest your head. The least you should do is to pay a deposit for maybe an Airbnb or a hotel or a hostel or a dormitory or some cheap affordable accommodation. You must know that you're going to have a place where you're going to sleep. When I was going to uni in a different country, I made sure I paid my accommodation deposit because I don't play with where I'm going to sleep, guys. I don't mess around with that stuff. So you shouldn't mess around with that stuff as well. So let's recap that. The answer to that question: try not to buy everything from your home country and make sure you figure out where you're going to sleep before you take off from your home country. Now, the next question is, I'd rather not plan my entire trip. Can I just show up in... Oh, we've answered that question. What is wrong with me? Fuse, what are you doing? I'm sorry, sir. Please forgive me. Let's move on. I just arrived in a city and I am completely lost. Where do I go to find maps and other information? What are you doing? What do you do, guy? Tell me, okay, just tell me, what are you doing? I'm sorry, I'm just playing. Okay, now this is a very good question, okay? This is a very good question. I remember when I got to London, when I traveled in, landed Heathrow, and I was moving all around London, Piccadilly, and those other places. It was very confusing. You don't even know. You could get into the wrong bus. Each bus has a bus number that applies a particular county, a particular street, and you could get into the wrong bus, and next thing you find yourself in Southeast London, very far away from Northampton. So there are two things you can do. You could go the old-fashioned route, which is to stop people and ask them, listen, I want to go to blah, blah, blah. Can you please direct me? Or there's an app on your phone. Okay, let me see if I can get it. Do I have it on my phone? I don't think I have it on my phone. Let me see. Okay, I don't have it on my phone. But I have GPS. Mine's not opening. I don't know why. Okay. I have GPS. You could, yeah, okay, yeah, GPS is here. Okay, that's my GPS. You see? So you could use your GPS on your phone, but that is going to be very difficult because you just landed in a new country and you've not gotten your SIM card and you've not configured your phone with a new internet connection. So it might be hard to use your GPS. But there's an app that you could download. You can't even download because I want to tell you about an app called City Mapper. City Mapper is an app that you can use to find your way around whatever environment you find yourself. Even if it's in the Amazon forest, you can find your way around there with City Mapper. Okay, but that is for people that have bought a new SIM card and have internet. The best thing to do, guys, when you land in a new city, new country, you're confused. My God, mommy, what am I gonna do, mommy? You don't know what to do, guys. The best thing to do is to either go to the guide in the subway station and get a map from the guide, or just old-fashioned way. I'm trying to go to Hertfordshire. Can you direct me on the train to get on or the bus to get on? Just ask questions, okay? Nothing beats the old-fashioned communication with people. You might even meet someone new and get a contact, and so just whenever you get into that city from wherever you're going to, the person might just act as a tour guide for you, okay? So it's very straightforward. Just ask around and people will direct you, because you need to realize that you've not gotten your SIM card, you don't have internet connection, so you can't even use your phone, your smartphone yet. And if you're roaming to get this information, it might be too expensive for you. So you might just have to ask questions and get directions, okay? Now, the next one is, which is I've done that one. What can I expect to pay each day while traveling on my own? What are the best ways to cut cost? Good question. This is by far one of the most important questions, because this ties in with your cost of living in that particular country. Okay. Now let's see that question again. Expect traveling cost and all that kind of stuff. Okay. Now, when you're traveling, I just want to make sure I got that right. Okay, what do I expect to pay each day? Now, it depends on the country you're traveling to, and it depends on the city. Okay, now the cost of traveling around Switzerland is different from the cost of traveling around Malta. Both countries are in Europe, but Switzerland is more expensive and Malta is cheaper. Okay, the cost of traveling around a city like Northampton is different from the cost of traveling around a city like London. They're both in England, but London is more expensive. Now, these are things that you need to have researched before you travel to this country. Guys, suppose don't read this thing for a book now. You suppose don't go online to check this out, okay? So you needed to have gone online to check this out, carry out or do this research before you even apply for your visa. Okay, so maybe you're going to study or you're going for business. It's very important that you know the cost of traveling around the city or the country you're traveling to before you get down there. Okay, because you don't want to be traveling in a foreign country and run out of money and you have to call someone, please help me, I don't get money, please. You don't want to do that. You don't want to be that guy, okay? So you want to research this. I can't tell you the cost of traveling to this city because different countries and different cities vary, okay? So this is something that you need to research on your own by yourself before you embark on this trip, okay? Now, the next one is... Yeah, I didn't answer the question, the second question, the B part of the, and it said B part is, and what are the best ways to cut costs? Okay. In England, traveling by rail beats any other way of traveling in England. Okay, traveling by rail is way cheaper than traveling by bus. But while saying this, I have to mention this, that it depends on the time you're traveling and it depends on how early you book your tickets. Okay, if you're traveling to London by bus and you book your ticket a month or two before, it's going to be way cheaper. It's the same by rail. Okay, and even by air, if you're traveling back to Nigeria, you're traveling to South Africa, you're traveling back to India, to China, to Japan, to whatever country, you won't go back your country and you're thinking, when should I book? If you book your ticket 6 months before, it's way gonna be cheaper than booking your ticket a month to the time you're gonna travel. So you need to bear this in mind. But if it's urgent, it's very urgent, I need to travel now, guy. What can I go do? I need to travel. God, guy, advise me. What should I do right now? You wanna travel right now and you're thinking of the best way to go. By train is cheaper than any other mode of transportation out there, and I'm speaking for England. Okay, so you might want to check the country you're traveling to, America, Canada, Australia. You might want to check that out. You need to run your own research. I'm speaking for England. Now, should I get a cell phone like this bad boy? Make I get phone? Should I get a cell phone? Dude, what are you saying? What are you doing? Of course, yes. You need a cell phone, bruv. You need a cell phone. A cell phone is going to make it easier for you. A cell phone has all the information you need. When you get your SIM card and you've configured your internet, you can get all the news about a city you're traveling to before you get there. So if there's communal clashes in the city you're going to, you can get the information on your cell phone. You touch down the city or country you're going to, you can call your folks and tell them you arrived safely. And it just, I don't know, the cell phone is just your mini laptop. So of course you need a cell phone for everything, to book your cabs, your GPS, cell phone. Please get a cell phone. Travel with a cell phone, okay? It's like Christians and Bibles. Your cell phone is the one. Now, I'm ready to travel abroad. What do I need to do? Good question. Good question. Yes, this one is a good question. So you've decided that, okay, I want to travel abroad, I want to go study in a different country. South Africa, okay, that's good. Germany, okay, no, that's not so bad. Australia, Canada, America, you want to go to a different country to study, to do your business, or just for vacation. Now what you need to do is to find out how much you're going to need to set aside to travel to that country, airfare. Okay, I know most people don't go by ship anymore, and intercontinental travels are hardly done by rail. So you need to go the old-fashioned route, which is by plane. I'm wilding out, guys. I'm sorry. So you might want to find out how much it's going to cost you to get on a plane and travel to that country. You might also want to check the cost of living in that country. How much, where would you want to eat, and how much do they sell their meals in restaurants and stuff. You want to go by way of Airbnb. How much is it going to cost you to get a bungalow, a duplex, a penthouse suite, whatever you want to however you want to live in a new country. You want to find that out. Or you might want to go with an agent or an agency and have them do all the legwork for you, and when it's done, they send you your papers or tell you to go to the embassy and collect your passport with your visa stamped on it. So it's all up to you. But if you're doing it by yourself, you need to do a lot of research. How much usually is money. It's going to cost money. Traveling to America, you need to have an account where there's money in to prove to the authorities that you have money to look after yourself. We need to know how much you need, and you need to book your flights, how much it's going to take you to go and come. And usually you don't just book one way, you book two-way tickets where you're going to stay and stuff, yada 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 yada. So you need to find this out, and if you do find this out and you have the means, I'm sure it's going to turn out good for you. Okay, so guys, these are questions. These are all the questions that you guys sent in for me to answer about international travels and travels in general. I hope this video has been helpful to you. And if it has been helpful to you, why don't you go down and give us a thumbs up, okay? Like this video. When you like this video, we know this content was helpful to you, and we can make more of this type of content for people like you, okay? And while you're down there giving us a thumbs up, why don't you smash the subscribe button, support our movement, support what we're trying to do so we can build this community together, okay? Share this video with your friends, family members who are traveling to different countries. Guys, tell your friend, tell your daddy, your brother, everybody that are traveling to different countries or planning to travel, that this is how it can be done, okay? Whatever question they have, I can assure you I answer them in all the questions that were put forward to us today, okay? And like I always say, be yourself, be good, be happy. Nobody owes you happiness but yourself. So choose to be happy today. And if you have any other question, maybe I didn't answer your question in this video, why don't you slide into my DMs on Instagram by first of all follow me on Instagram, and then slide into my DMs with your question, and I'll be sure to make a video answering your question, okay? Until the next one, is still your boy Fuse on the Fuse Chronicles. Bye bye for now.